something that is ruining your pronunciation. Silent letters. Unfortunately, in the English language, there are a lot of words that have silent letters. That means letters that we don't pronounce. And if you pronounce these letters, it's going to affect your accent, your pronunciation, and also people's ability to understand you. So that's why it's so important to learn which words have silent letters and to learn how to pronounce these words correctly. My name is Michael Anton. I'm the founder of English at the Ready, and it's my goal to make you fluent in English. Now, in today's video, I'm going to give you a list of words that have silent letters in English. This is not an exhaustive list, but it will contain the most common words. So you can recognize them and you'll be able to pronounce them correctly when you see them. Now, before we get into that, let's talk briefly about why this is such a problem in English. Why do we have silent letters? Why can't English be pronounced the same way it's spelled? And there are two main reasons for this. There are two primary reasons. The first is historical. You see, if we go back 1,000 years, 1,500 years, English sounded a lot different. English is fundamentally a Germanic language. It comes from the Germanic group of languages. And English 1,000 years ago sounded a lot different than modern English. The crazy thing is, in the past, we spelled words very similarly to the way we spell them now. We didn't really change the spelling too much, but we changed the pronunciation. You see, a lot of languages, for example, German, I believe also Russian, they underwent what's called orthographic reform. Orthographic reform is when the spelling is changed to reflect the pronunciation, because the way we speak, the way we pronounce words changes all the time. It changes over the years, and that's completely normal. But an orthographic reform aims to keep the spelling up to date so it accurately reflects the pronunciation. Now, English has never undergone any sort of orthographic reform. So we spell the words like we pronounced them 500, 1,000 years ago in some cases, but obviously we pronounce them differently in modern English. So English spelling does not accurately reflect modern pronunciation. And the second reason for silent letters is because English steals words from different languages. We take words from Greek, we take words from French, from Latin, from all sorts of different languages, and we don't change the spelling. We don't change, in many cases, the pronunciation. So learning English pronunciation is almost like learning the pronunciation of several different languages, because not only do you have to know how English speakers pronounce words, it can also really help you to know how French speakers, how Greek speakers, how speakers of other languages pronounce words, because we take those words and we bring them into English. Now, as I said earlier, unfortunately, you just have to memorize silent letters. There's no way around it. It's just something that requires memorization. Thankfully, some of the most common words in the English language actually have silent letters. So that's why in today's video, we're going to go through some of the most common words, and we're going to learn how to pronounce them correctly. Now, I want to talk to you about the silent B, C, D, E, G, GH. That's a tough one. H, K, L, N, P, S, T, U, and W. Those are some of the most common silent letters. Now, the silent B is usually found after an M or before a T. For example, in the word climb, the B is silent, climb. Don't climb that tree, it's too high. Comb, you comb your hair in the morning. I need to comb, silent B. Thumb, this is your thumb. He cut his thumb while cooking. Numb, if you can't feel your fingers are numb from the cold. Debt, debt. If you owe money, you are in debt. Silent B. And doubt. If you have a doubt about something, you're not sure about it. The B is silent. Now for the silent C, this often happens before the letter K or in some SC words. For example, muscle, muscle. Okay, not muscle, but muscle. Scene. For example, that's my favorite scene in a movie. Scissors, scissors. Please pass me the scissors. Discipline, discipline. Discipline is the key to success. In some words, we have a silent D. For example, Wednesday. We'll meet on Wednesday, not Wednesday. No, Wednesday, Wednesday. Handsome. A man might be handsome. Silent D, handsome. And handkerchief, handkerchief. This is a handkerchief. Okay, you put it in your pocket. I don't have a pocket here, but you can use it to wipe your tears. This is a handkerchief. Fine Italian silk. handkerchief. Silent E normally comes at the end of words. For example, make. Make your bed every morning. Hope, name, like, ride. Silent E. Okay, not ridey, likey, namey. Hope, name, like, ride. Silent E. Silent G often comes before N. Sign. For example, you might sign your name on paper with a pen. You might sign your name. Sign. Design. Design. Foreign. Foreign. Foreign means from a different country. You might speak a foreign language, which is a language from a different country. Foreign. Foreign. Campaign. Election campaign. Marketing campaign. Campaign. All right. The silent GH sound. For example, in the word light, you can turn off the light. Good night. In the word night. Night. Thought. Thought. Ought. Thought. High. High. Though. Though. I'm tired, though I'll keep working. Though. Silent GH. Silent H. Normally you find this in French words. For example, honest or honor. Hour. Ghost. I think that's a Germanic word. Ghost. Also in the words what, when, the H is silent. Where and why. Now the silent K before an N. For example, no, knife, knee, or knock. You knock on the table or on the door. Knock. A silent L often before an A or before a D. For example, walk, talk, half, calf. A calf is a baby cow. Okay, a calf is a baby cow, a small cow. Your calf could also be the muscle on the bottom of your leg, in the back. That's your calf. And of course, should, would, and could. Silent L. Silent N often comes after an M. Autumn, call him, hymn. A hymn is something you sing. For example, they sang a hymn in church or at the celebration. A hymn. Silent P. If you speak Greek, you'll know this from words like psychology, psychology, psychiatrist, psychiatrist, pneumonia, pneumonia. Okay. If you have pneumonia, that's a disease or an illness that affects your lung and it's hard to breathe. Pneumonia. And of course, receipt. If you buy something, you get a receipt. Receipt. Silent S in island. Island. We spent a week on a tropical island. Aisle. If you're in the grocery store, you walk down the aisle. Or if you're getting married, you walk down the aisle. Maybe at the church or at whatever venue you're at, you walk down the aisle. Silent T, listen, castle, whistle, whistle, fasten, fasten. If you're on a plane or you're in the car, you need to fasten your seatbelt. Silent U often comes after G and before E. For example, guess, maybe also before I. For example, guitar or guilty. Guess, guitar, guessed, guilty. And a silent W. This is often found before the letter R or in some words that begin with WH. Right, wrong. Careful. You write with a pen, okay? But this is my right hand, spelled differently. Wrong, silent W. Wrist, this is my wrist. Sword, whole, who, sword, wrist, wrong, right. So there we have it. We've come to the end of today's video. This is a topic that's super important. If you want to improve your pronunciation, you need to study silent letters. There's no way around it. You will not speak clearly. You will not speak accurately if you pronounce these silent letters. If you don't know which letters are silent, you will have problems. So I really recommend spending some more time on this topic. If you need to, watch this video again. The words that I shared with you today are some of the most common words with silent letters. Obviously, they're not the only words with silent letters, but they are the most common. So start with this list, practice your pronunciation, watch this video as many times as you need, and don't pronounce these silent letters. If you want to study with me and my team, we have several programs available, and we've helped thousands of students improve their English over the last couple of years. We have private lessons, group classes, recorded classes, community, and so much more. If you'd like to apply, click the link in the description below. We don't work with everybody. We only work with students at the intermediate and advanced levels. We only work with students who have more than 3 hours a week to study. And we only work with students who are seriously motivated about improving their English. If you liked today's video, let me know in the comments what you thought. Leave a